It was only a few months ago, before the writer's strike ended and late night shows came back on the air, much to the chagrin of the American public, that Jimmy Fallon found himself in some hot water. There were a bunch of allegations from people that were either currently or formerly working with him at The Tonight Show that had a lot of bad things to say about the way he conducted himself. He gave a big apology, and really, for the most part, it disappeared. That controversy kind of just got swept away. Well, now only a few months later, there's another group of people who are very upset at Jimmy Fallon for the most ridiculous thing you could possibly imagine. But when you pander to the woke mob, when you pander to people that are just completely obsessed with identity politics, you shouldn't be surprised when it comes back to bite you in the ass. Jimmy Fallon under fire for calling trans actor Hunter Schafer bud. And yes, Hunter Schafer is a trans actor who is in the recent Hunger Games movie. And during their appearance on Jimmy Fallon's The Tonight Show, he referred to this person as bud. Like, not even, it was just barely, you could barely even notice it if you're watching it. We're going to watch the clip so you can see it. But the idea that that is enough for people to come out there and just shit all over Jimmy Fallon is wild. Jimmy Fallon has drawn the ire of trans actor Hunter Schafer's fans after the host called his guest bud during an interview segment. Schafer made a guest appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, and Fallon congratulated the actor on the latest project, affirming it was particularly special for the actor after having been a fan of the Hunger Games franchise since childhood. And this is the clip in question.
The Hunger Games since you were a kid.
Oh, well, I mean, for Halloween, I was obsessed with how the Capitol people were in costumes, and I made my own costume. What?
Bud.
I know.
There it is. You hear that? Oh, bud.
This is unbelievable. This is...
That's it. That's all it was. Oh, bud. You could look at it. It's the most replayed thing right now. Let's listen to it again.
People were in costumes, and I made my own costume. What?
Bud.
I know.
This is unbelievable. This is really cool.
Yeah, I think
now you're in Hunger Games.
I know, as a Capitol.
As a that kind of makes sense for Hunter Schafer to be a Capitol person, but oh, bud. That's what Jimmy Fallon says to the trans actor Hunter Schafer. And that was enough to upset some people. Jimmy Fallon calling Hunter Schafer bud. I'm going to redact it. I mean, I don't know if that's a threat of violence or something like that. Who knows? Or maybe kill themselves. A threat of violence against themselves. Wouldn't be surprising for this group. The average girl loves fall with a Canadian maple leaf and a trans flag. As if I didn't have enough reason to hate Fallon, he takes this opportunity to show that he doesn't see Hunter as the beautiful, immaculate queen sitting before him. To my cis readers, I hope you don't see this as an overreaction. Bud/buddy is unquestionably male coded. Most normal people see this as a complete overreaction for anybody to have. Another tweeted, a slight minority of people might say it in a gender neutral way, but you obviously know it's used exclusively for men most of the time. I like how it's exclusively for men most of the time. Even if Hunter isn't bothered, it's still gross in telling him how Fallon views trans women. And I don't think Hunter Schafer had any problem with this that I know of. I don't think that they were like in an outrage over it. But anyway, I literally can't stand it when people call me bud. It's so degrading, and it really shows that they don't see me or Hunter or any trans woman really as a woman. Bud isn't something you say to girls. I'm sorry. You had more people out here. Bud is not gender neutral. I've never heard anyone refer to a grown-ass woman as bud before. I hate Jimmy Fallon so much. And this person has a pretty apt reply because a lot of different, publications started, tweeting this out that this thing had happened. It's funny how people have to walk on eggshells when there's an interaction with the LGBTQ plus community. And that is true. And that's why I say when you pander to these groups of people, like specifically when you pander to the woke cartel, they're just going to be hell to pay. There is. If you slip up once, if you have one opinion that doesn't line, if you call someone bud in passing, They want you destroyed over that. They try to label you a bigot, a transphobe, all of this shit. It is absolutely wild, but Jimmy Fallon once again in hot water, this time for one 3-letter word, bud. How dare he? What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.